Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming, my friends. Today we're doing a PC video because I've literally had it. I've literally had it with this whole PC thing. Now hear me out. When they do these freaking benchmarks for these brand new cards, they're always showing us old games, right? They're always showing us old games, every single one of them. And they're showing us these major improvements and major gains and all of this stuff. And we're like, whoa, that's impressive. You know, like the 3080, when that came out, it was blowing the doors off of everything before it. And it was chomping through those games, no problem. High frame rates, high everything, and it was incredible. Like, you're like, whoa, I can finally run the game at 4K and this many frames a second. Well, I've been playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, Gotham Knights, all of these new games that have come out post these cards launching, and these games just aren't performing with those major gains that everybody was seeing from when they started doing these benchmarks. I really do feel like we're getting hoodwinked every single 2 years when it comes to the PC platform, because now they're showing the 40 series cards and it's doing really good on these Spider-Man games and these and like Gotham Knights and all these other games with their little frame generation stuff. I'm frustrated. I'm irritated. I am so irritated that I cannot get a locked 60 frames a second on Spider-Man Miles Morales with my 3080 running it at 1440p. Let that sink in. With the ray tracing and everything turned on, I can't run it at 60 frames a second. It drops from freaking 35 frames all the way up to 70 frames. And it rarely ever stays at any of those. Is it a playable experience? Yeah, it's a playable experience, but that's not the point. The point is my PlayStation 5 runs that freaking game better, more consistently, with better image quality in a lot of places for a lot of things. Now, I'm not saying PlayStation fanboys don't start to, oh yeah, the PlayStation 5 is better than the... No, it's not. It's not better than a 3080, or maybe it is. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody really knows. Yeah, I can do stuff that my PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X can't do on my PC. But then at the same time, my PlayStation 5 can run Miles Morales better than my 3080? Really? Really? How is that even possible? It's either only possible because the port is so unoptimized it's not even funny, or B, there's the newest driver update for the NVIDIA GeForce experience or whatever gimped my card. Is my card gimped? Did they gimp my card so I'll buy a 4080? Who knows? Who knows? Like, all of a sudden I'm not getting the performance that I was getting. I almost feel like I was getting better performance with my 3060 Ti in like some of these games. That sounds weird, doesn't it? Like, I figured this 3080 would be a monster compared to that 3060 Ti, and to tell you the truth, it's almost on par, man. It like literally feels like I don't feel like I'm getting a major upgrade on anything. I don't feel like because that card was more than capable of running the games when I'd put them on my 4K screen. Yeah, it ran them 4K. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like, didn't get a lot of frame rate. I'm not seeing a big enough frame rate increase from going from a 3060 Ti to a 3080. You know, I'll tell you what, man. I really wish that AMD would send me a card. I wish they would send me a card to try out on this channel, because to tell you the truth, man, this NVIDIA thing, I'm really starting to have second thoughts about it. I'm definitely not going to run out there and buy no 4080 card. If I do upgrade my PC anytime soon, it will probably be for the AMD cards, because I'll tell you what, man, I've had it with this shaky performance on everything. And then the new standard of graphics cards, the 40 series, they're coming out, and they're supposed to be better and blah blah blah, but they're using like now they're putting stuff on this card, these new cards that I can't even utilize with my card. Oh man, this PC thing is getting really frustrating. It's getting really frustrating. You spend the money and you expect to literally see and feel the results on your games, like when you're getting them. There's no way a PlayStation 5 can make Miles Morales look as good as it does on my 4K screen, that my PC shouldn't be able to just max everything out and run it perfectly. Like seriously, like that graphics card has way more power than the PlayStation 5, and my graphics card's not even being fully utilized on Miles Morales. The CPU optimization for these Spider-Man games and for these open world games is so bad when it comes to the PC platform. It's bad. Like my 5800X is definitely a better CPU than what's in the consoles. It's definitely better. Like, why is it not delivering that experience? And I know before the PC elitists get in here and tell me that, yeah, you gotta do this and you gotta flip that switch and I shouldn't have to flip switches. I shouldn't have to figure out how to manipulate my machine to run this game. Like no, dude. Like my PlayStation 5 cost me $500. My Xbox Series X cost me $500. My PC, I'm about $2,500 into that. I should be able to flip on the high switch for everything and be able to run it at everything maxed out. Because, yeah, you see what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to figure out a way to make it work kind of almost. No, it should work. Like, I should be able to flip the switches and it should work. Like, it should work. I should be able to lock a 60 frames per second easily at 1440p with max settings. And for the money I spend on the PC, I should be able to max out a PlayStation 5 game at 4K and get 60 frames a second. Like, I should be able to do that. There shouldn't be any question about that. I shouldn't be here making this video because I'm frustrated about it not being able to do that. There are 4 PlayStation 5s inside that PC, cost-wise. 4 of them. There's no way that I shouldn't be able to max these games out and get a 60 frames per second at 4K or even 1440p. Like 1440p should be out of the question. I shouldn't even be having this conversation about 1440p. But when it comes to 4K, I should be able to hit that no problem and not have to worry about trying to figure out how to optimize my settings on something that oh, you gotta be joking, man. This is what's good. I get frustrated about this. I get very frustrated about this. And then when you have sites like Digital Foundry and all these other guys coming out and saying like how great these things are optimized. In my opinion, Gotham Knights and Spider-Man Miles Morales are pretty much optimized the exact same way. They're both trash on the PC platform and they run better on the consoles. They do. I mean, my Gotham Knights on my Xbox Series X, it runs at 4K at 30 frames a second. And it feels pretty stable for the most part. I wasn't having a problem with that. But to try to get that game running at 1440p at 60 frames a second, a locked 60 frames a second on the PC is a chore. I've got to take off settings that I wanted to have. I can't even run it with ray tracing to get, you know what I mean? How is my PC not being able to utilize its full potential for these games? How is that even possible? How is that even possible? Please explain that to me without trying to be condescending, because you know what, man? This is exactly the reason why a lot of console gamers don't want to play around with the PC. They don't want to do this stuff. It's too irritating, man, to go out and spend. What did I spend for that card? $800, about $800 for that card, so that I could get so I could get 4K or 1440p and be able to run it on either of my screens at will whenever I wanted to. How am I not getting what was advertised when the card came out? How am I not getting that? I seen it blowing through these games, all the dudes doing the benchmarks and stuff, telling me like, oh, yeah, man, you run so good. He runs so good. But now the new games are coming out and it's like like trash. I need to upgrade again already. Well, I mean, maybe if the new 4080 card was only like $699, like the regular pricing for it, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad deal. Maybe I'd be like, okay, yeah, then I could weigh my options and be like, yeah, I guess, maybe that performance uptick is definitely worth it. But the doubling the price of that card, it's like, what? Why should I go out there and buy that? And then my next best option is going to be the 7900 XTX for $1,000. I mean, if I'm going to spend $1,100 on a 4080, I might as well get the card that's going to be more powerful, right? You know what I mean? Go with AMD. It's too frustrating, man. I shouldn't have to buy a new card every 2 years just to get better performance out of these games that can clearly run on a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X. There has to be some sort of better optimization for these games. And if PlayStation, if the argument is that the PlayStation is just better optimized because the code base is built for that, don't put your games on PC, PlayStation. I don't want this trash. I don't want unoptimized games. If you can't optimize these to run good on same spec hardware PCs all the way up to high spec PCs, like, I don't want it. Like, I don't want it. I don't want to spend $50 for a game that I already own that already runs just fine on my PS5 on my PC just to be frustrated like I am right now. This is ridiculous. I don't know what to say. And I know there's a lot of PC guys that are out there that are like, no, you just don't understand. Like, whatever, guys. I can get that. I get that. I get that the PC platform is definitely a better experience than what you can do on the consoles. Like, I get that, and I see that. But why do I have to compromise? If I spent 4 times the amount of these consoles, why do I have to compromise on stuff that I should just be able to have, right? But you got to get this certain kind of graphics card with this. Dude, there's an $800 graphics card I bought. $800. That's more than a PlayStation 5 or Series X. And that's just one component of the whole PC. Why can I not blow the console away when it comes to Spider-Man Miles Morales? Why is that such a problem? Please explain that to me. Because I'm really frustrated about this right now. I'm actually really freaking irritated right now. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.